Romeo and Juliet is a tragedy of communication. It cannot be summed up as the tragedy of all hate, because the two families, the Montagues and the Capulets, have been fighting for power for ages, nor young love, because Romeo and Juliet are not even 16. In Verona, the long-standing quarrel between the Montagues and the Capulets breaks into violence. Romeo, the only son of the Montagues, is in love with Rosaline, and in order to meet her, attends in disguise the Capulets' party, where he meets Juliet, the only daughter of the Capulets, and falls in love at first sight. Shakespeare makes the plot depend crucially on messages. Juliet's nurse brings her a happy reply from Romeo, and then she brings Juliet the news of Tybalt's death and Romeo's banishment from Verona. And then Romeo is not reached by the truth about Juliet's apparent death, but he has to acknowledge her death. Juliet represents a novelty in Shakespeare's time. She shows a much older age than her 14 or 15 years. She's concrete and realistic in her use of language. Though she is set within the courtly love's convention and stands for innocence, she returns Romeo's love. She belongs to no characterizations, classifications, or idealization. She is a real woman. Romeo is a tender boy, romantic, artful, passionate. He is ready to refuse his name, to defy his parents, as is Juliet, and doesn't care about the medieval code on language. Appearance is not reality. A rose would smell as sweet by any other name. There are several themes in the play. Romeo and Juliet's love is so powerful that it becomes more important to them than their lives. The same passion leads to violence, from Tybalt's death to the lover's suicide. The Capulets, the Montagues, and the townspeople do not want to stop feuding just because two teenagers love each other. Only their final horrible tragedy will get them to change. And fate is hostile and present since the beginning of the play. The play lasts only 5 days, from Sunday evening, the day of the Capulets' party, to Thursday night, when Romeo finally joins Juliet in death and the two families get reconciled over the bodies of their children. Unlike Greek tragedies, in which the events of the plot occur in one place only and cover a period of 24 hours, Shakespearean tragedies did not observe the classic unity of time and place. However, they sometimes use, in the manner of Greek tragedies, the convention of a chorus who describe and commented on the action on the stage. Tragic heroes and heroines in traditional drama are above ordinary people because of their social rank and strong personality. As a consequence, their suffering is also much greater than common people could bear, and their catastrophe is decreed by fate. Their catastrophe is often started by a fatal flaw. Their final fall brings down other people as well. An essential ingredient of tragic plot is the presence of a hostile fate. The incidents of the plot are mainly unfortunate events which drag the protagonist to their fall, and they are doomed from the beginning. Tragic plots and tragic heroes and heroines have specific features of their own. From the introductory situation, the party, there's a development, the hero rises to power of happiness, the balcony scene, for example, a climax, the wedding, a crisis, the turning point in the hero and heroine's fortunes, Tybalt's death, a decline, which is the deterioration of the hero's situation. Romeo kills Tybalt to revenge Mercutio's death, is banned from Verona, Juliet is compelled to marry Paris, drinks the potion in order to pretend death, and the final catastrophe. Romeo comes back, sees Juliet dead, drinks the poison. Juliet wakes up, sees Romeo's dead, and stabs herself. The Montagues and the Capulets are called to the vault. Friar Lawrence explains what has happened, and the two families get reconciled over the bodies of their children.